Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. You know, most of us don't think we've ever really grieved because we were taught that grief looks like crying or funerals or heartbreak or losing someone we love. But the more I sit with people and the more I sit with my own healing, the clearer it becomes. Most grief doesn't look like grief at all. Most grief looks like shutting down during conflict, freezing when you try to speak, feeling like you can't take a full breath, people pleasing until you disappear, and getting overwhelmed by small things, perfectionism, emotional numbness, overfunctioning, and feeling like something is wrong with you, and shame. And these aren't character traits. They're not flaws. They're not just how you are. They're grief responses, and especially shame. Shame is grief wearing armor because shame protects the part of you that wasn't allowed to feel or speak or be believed. Shame forms when a child's truth is denied, when your feelings were dismissed, when the adults around you couldn't hold what you felt. And in those moments, the body didn't say, "This is grief." It said, "I must be the problem." That collapse, that freezing, and that quieting of the voice. That is grief. Not the grief we were taught to recognize, but the grief we lived through, the grief that shaped us. So when adults say they're too anxious, too sensitive, or too reactive, what they're often describing is grief the body still holds. And so if this resonates, you're not behind in your healing. You're beginning to understand the language your body has been speaking for years. And if you want to explore this more deeply, I created a new 5-day course on Insight Timer called Unspoken Grief, the Inner Child's Journey Back to Truth. It's for the grief that formed before language, for the child you were, and the adult you are now, finally ready to listen. Because once this grief is named, your whole system begins to breathe again. And if this opens something in you, I'll be holding a solstice sit where we'll gently touch into grief and love. And I also hold grief sits every 4 to 6 weeks on the free wellness app Insight Timer. You don't have to do anything with this right now. Just let it settle and let your body lead.